Okay, guys, I am back. And now I know. All right, guys, I'm back. Okay, guys, I am back. I had to go out to come back in, and I think you can hear me now. Look, I want to talk to you all about it's just been really crazy. Wow, America's a crazy place, guys. America is really one of the wildest places right now in the world. There are other relaxed places. Let me tell you, I think that Black women should be so exhausted by now. We have been kind of told so many different lies about what our involvement should be. Hold on, let me move this a little forward. Okay, move that forward. We've been told so many lies about like what our involvement. Okay, here we are. Here we just barely got out of it. We just barely got out of 2020 unscathed. Even I just didn't even know what happened, but I lost my mother out of nowhere last month. But the same day, you know, receiving a really great position and, getting back into my career. And so I think that, with all when a door closes, the next one opens. Like, even though my mother passed, I realized that she was the angel that gave me that job that morning. Like, she passed at like 4 in the morning, and then by 9:30 they were calling me to offer me that position, and like literally it is the reason. And what I will say is, like, Black women in America, we have to just stay, vigilant, and we also have to stay concerned about the things that affect us on a daily basis and directly. There are a lot of things going on in this world, but the last thing I need is more stress, especially as a Black woman. Like, we don't need to be stressed out. I had this wig for a while, but I still like it. It's very studious. I'm gonna get something else too, though. But no, we really, I guess I could do more, like, make it sexier for y'all. See, feel more, feel good. So you guys feel better. So you guys feel like it, titty popping and shit. Yo, America's a wild place. And what I'm realizing is, like, we don't have to be here. But if we're going to be here, we need to put our blinders on, like, turn off the TV. Listen, if it doesn't affect you directly, like right there at your doorstep, then who gives a damn? Like, I think as Black women, we more energy into things that don't really give us that same respect back. Like, hey, we're concerned about politics that don't even include us. The only time they've ever included us was this time to get this vaccine, which I'm not taking this vaccine, but whoever wants to take the vaccine, more power to you. Um, I really do think that, like, when we're on this level up journey and we're trying to raise ourselves from, like basic Becky status to, a leveled up woman, and we're trying to be womanly and all that kind of stuff. I think one of the most important things is being able to take care of yourself so you can feel better. Like, when I look better, I feel better. If you go back to old videos, you'll see, like, I felt bad and I looked bad on those days. And I think that it goes hand in hand. Sometimes you look better than you feel. Sometimes you feel better than you look. But at the same time, we need to come to a middle ground where you can be, you know, in a bad place, but every day you have to present nicely. As a woman, this is what 2021 is about. I made some decisions about my life. Like, I want to be able to present sexy and nice every day. And I live in a city where doing that is frowned upon because everyone is dressed in combat gear. Like we're about to go into civil war. Like if you're walking around New York and you actually look like something, especially in Brooklyn. Like let me speak for Brooklyn because I don't live in Manhattan right now. And I'll tell you, I never lived in Manhattan. I live in Brooklyn. I live in a good area in Brooklyn, and people are kind of just on some chill shit. But when you see people, it's like on some combat like gear. Like people wear a lot of that stuff now. I guess it's a sign of the times. And women don't wear a lot of shoes anymore. Women don't wear a lot of makeup anymore. I know we have the gear on, but when we go out, we do have to take that off and be seen. So I still put lipstick on. I still have to be seen on my calls for my job. So I still put makeup on. And to be honest with you, people have gotten really relaxed around here in a way that I'm not even comfortable with. Like I like to be pulled together and I feel best when I'm pulled together and I don't want to have to be sticking out like a sore thumb because people around here have kind of given up on their regimen, their routine. Or maybe it doesn't call for it anymore. Maybe their job doesn't call for it. So what I'm saying is like black women, whatever makes you feel sexiest, what I feel sexiest, in a warm climate where it's just sunlight on my skin. Like I here we go with the input again. Like I said, when I was in Miami, it was a great moment to myself. When like right after my mother passed away and I got the job, I pretty much started my first day. I was in Miami, and I was so glad I brought my laptop because it really could have been a different kind of way. And I really ended up staying right and coming back right before New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. And it was really just a great experience for me just to realize, like, okay, as an only child and as a woman who just lost her mother, I'm not alone because this world will be kind to me if I'm kind to it. Let me go out and build new friendships. Let me make new alliances. Let me start to explore this place out here and start to see where I could make friends and where I would fit in and stuff like that. So I did a lot of exploring and I made some good friends. And I actually lost my bracelet in a gentleman's car, and he still has it for me, which is amazing. He actually is an older gentleman who is a cop, but pretty much made sure I got home one night. Like I met him in the beginning of the night, and then ended up rerouting my exploration to the bar he was hanging out at, and then I got my so he ended up making sure I got home safe and fed, and it kind of just gave me like older man vibes, uncle vibes. I know he's getting a divorce, and so he might just be someone to keep on my radar in general. Like if I need a supporting force when I move down there. But overall, I made a decision. Like New York is just too bitter for us. Like we can do better as Black women. We don't have to stay here. Um, but we don't have to run from this place either. So I decided, like, let me space out. Let me not move, but let me space out. So I'm going down to Miami. Guys. God, I found the sexiest building where, like, I can't even, like, I don't even want to get into it, but I found, like, the best building. I found a really poppin' building, which I might end up moving into it if I want to keep my costs super low. Like, let's see what happens over the next couple weeks if I really do have that budget to go to the sexy building. But there's two options. There's a poppin' building with some younger people where I can make some friends and all the food is right downstairs and I don't have to get the car. And then there's the sexy building, which is just right off the water where like I'll be dripping every day. Like I feel like I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, should I be moving into this sexy ass condo as a single woman where like I'm just trying to keep my womb intact and I'm not trying to like I haven't had sex still. I still haven't had sex since December 31st of 2019. I had a little bit of a tip July 4th, and then this past like a couple of weeks someone tried to slip it in and it was not going to happen. And so to be honest with you, I really just haven't had a good stretch, and I feel like if I get that apartment, I'm just going to go wild, and I'm trying to just keep myself from going wild. Like I just want to go down there, become a property owner, work where there's better internet quality and enjoy my life. Like I'm not going down there to get on my thotty. I'm going down there to um, get on my business bitch and just be a grown bitch. Like I'm just gonna watch the thotties run through my block. Like I was on my block having some brunch, just watching the thotties just do what they do, and I was laughing like, oh my god! I remember when I was 22 years old. That was the life. I mean, I must have sat on something different every night. Like it was just a different type of vibe. So to watch them do it, I'm like, this little building's gonna be interesting, but then at the same time, the other building is more grown. It's like off the edge, off the water, midtown. It's got the drive through with a concierge and thing like that, and getting past that security. That's every building. But this building has a more grandiose appeal. It's just further away from everything. I would definitely higher mortgage too, just because the HOA is more expensive. Your maintenance, that's more expensive over there by $300. And so I just feel like maybe I go to the popping building for a while and just experience that and then go. Goddamn this internet. I just can't tell when it's on and when it's not. But I'm about to go down to Florida and get on my grind. I'm about to just be on my shit. I'm not really going down there to make. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going down to Florida to be on my grind. I'm going down there to just live, but also to have stable internet so I can actually do this job and keep it. And then I also just want to become, a more of a real estate mogul down there. And then I'm gonna record my album up here. I'm still gonna do all the things I want to do up here, but I just want to space out. Like I'm gonna keep my shit up here, and then I just want to space out. I want to, go down there and do what I have to do and stuff like that. So that's really where I'm at with it. And to be honest with you, I'm not, as a Black woman, like I just want to say, like everything that's going on. Really, why I came on here today is to say, like everything that's going on in the media, everything that's going on YouTube, everything that's going on with government, none of that shit applies to you. You are sexy. You are confident. You have men coming for you. God, my titties need like. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, my titties. See, my titties. Okay, so my titties, I've always wanted to have them done, even though I do think they're beautiful. I actually don't think they need to be done, but they do hang, and I'm starting to realize like that is just. I just have African woman's titties. Like I have to just be more accepting of that. They aren't gonna look like Russian women's titties. And so what I realized is like skin tightening, maybe that's about all I'll do, but to chop them up just so they could be perking up like stupid, like I've given up on that. Like I'm a grown ass woman now and I think differently. And sometimes they look nice. Sometimes like I don't know. When I noticed this a couple years ago, when I'm having a lot of sex, they are so full and nice. I guess it's the hormones. And so like right now they're kind of, because I'm not fucking like that. But I think they'll fluff up, No, but really, like, ladies, be focused on your level up on your journey. Like, I don't come on here to give anybody any advice other than to do you. Like, every day, do you. I watched this girl, Crystal Marie. She's really fly. And what I like about her is that she gives the same message that I give, which is like, there's nothing wrong with work. Look at Black Sandy. I know you guys can see him. There's nothing wrong with work if you get paid well. If you set yourself up and you have a career where you get paid well, might as well you work. And that's what I realized. Like these last couple of years have been so tough for me because I didn't want to work my career. But what I realized is like, why not just work it? Especially now during COVID where I can work from home. Like I work from home and it's just night and day. Like when they bring us back into the office, that's going to be a problem for me. But like all this Black power and all this other shit, it's very critical for our mental to understand who we are as Black women. But let these men do this fighting for us. Let these Black men rebuild this community for us. Let them set us up. Let them create the plan. Let them spark the plan, create the plan, follow through on the plan, and assess the plan, and then allow them to, hand us the results. Like, we are women. I'm not doing any jumping up in the street. I just hate to see that video I saw 2 days ago with the woman where they snatched her wig off and they were trying to hurt her, and then the redhead guy. Like, I know, this girl. I'm sorry, but the Pink Pill put it up like 2 days ago, and my first reaction was, bitch, ain't nobody told you to go down there, and I didn't feel bad for her. I felt bad after they played out the video and I really saw how hard they went at her. I felt bad because, the image is still, and they might have been, they might have ripped her wig off, but I thought that was the extent of it. When I saw that video of how they mobbed her like that, then I really did feel bad for her. But overall, she should feel bad for herself. Why did she go there? Why does her mentality think that she's so low that she has to serve? Allows. I remember all up and down Green Avenue this past summer, nothing but protests, Black Lives Matter. I came outside with my video and I said quite clearly, and I didn't even realize young girl was listening to me, but I said quite clearly, like, I'm just out here because I live right here, but honestly, I'm not doing all this protesting. These people can protest for me if they'd like. Black Lives Matter, that's why I'm working upstairs. That's why I'm doing things, because my life matters. So if y'all want to protest that for me. And then she looked over and she said, sister, I get it. You can go back to your job and we got it from here. And I laughed and she laughed too. And it was like a funny little exchange where she acknowledged the same shit I acknowledged, that Black women, no, we're too accomplished. We've defied every fucking odd put in front of us as accomplished Black women. I'm sorry. Like, even with the resources that we've been denied, even the most basic Black woman has more in her pocket than basic Becky. So I'm not saying that there are a lot of basic Beckys, but, compared to the people that stormed the Capitol, we're doing pretty well. Just know that. Just know you're doing better than them. Don't think we're on the bottom. We're not on the bottom. Nah, on the bottom. We are what you call upwardly mobile as a class, Black women. And Black men can get on this wave as well. I challenge every Black man to get on this wave. Defend my honor so I can uplift your image and replicate you. Otherwise, I'll be replicating someone else. I've been that way since a youngin'. This is not new for me. I grew up in the Bronx, and so I had a lot of options in the Bronx. It was very colorful. There were a lot of Hispanic boys, and there were a lot of white boys, and there were a lot of Indian boys, and there were a lot of different boys to choose from. So honestly, I didn't date one Black guy until I moved to Brooklyn because that's all that's out here, and pretty much I wanted to explore my Caribbean men then, because my father's Jamaican. But quite frankly, I'm ready to replicate the image of any man that uplifts me as a queen and is willing to admit that I am a queen. So that's really how I think. All I know is that, like, Youngin can just, I don't know what happened to Youngin, but I know it's his birthday at the end of the month. And I'm going to call him and just wish him a happy birthday because he really is the GOAT. Like, when I think back to the way things were in 2020, one of my biggest regrets is how I treated Youngin, because he's going to be a grown man in like 2 weeks and I'm just ready to like sit and spin on him. So I just feel like there's endless possibilities if I can just humble myself and be more receptive to his style, his love language, as they say. I have to calm down. So I've been working on that a lot. And I'm just going to call and be like, happy birthday. And I hope that he's receptive. And I hope that he forgives me. And I hope that He allows me to show him that like I'm still exactly what you wanted. I'm still the prize you thought I was when I walked into your real estate office. Maybe us working in separate offices is exactly what is needed for me to be able to give you this good. Nah, but yeah, guys, this is why I'm here. I'm just here to check in and let y'all know that a Black Beauty is doing quite well. Um, Damn, when my mother passed, I should have cried more, but I was on some stealth shit because it was a very random, like, it was basically Thanksgiving time, right before Thanksgiving time, 2 days after my grandmother's birthday, November 24th. And literally, like, when she passed, I had to get into a mode like no other because I didn't think we'd be able to even bury her with this COVID shit. So I had to run and sprint to be able to put my mother down in down where she belongs. Guys, I gotta get going. I don't have all day. Listen, I love you all, and a Black Beauty is out. Okay, I want all of my Black queens and some of my queens. I want all of us to do better. I want us all to uphold each other's images better. I want us to stop fighting with each other. Things. I want that y'all treat me with a little bit more respect and stop, you know, lashing out based off of that inner jealousy. I'm gonna always be God's original woman. That cannot change. It doesn't matter how much makeup you do. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm always gonna be that woman who can birth a baby, or two, or three, or four, or five, or six. So as long as you recognize that that is the only real difference between us, we Gucci. Because I did find that that was the problem when I was in Miami. There were a lot of Black queens who thought that they were on my level, and I guess they have a certain energy directed towards me that's like, in New York it's not like that. It's very plain. And like, one of my yoga instructors, he is a gay man, and I've known him for years, and we talk straight. So I don't like that energy that I got in Florida from like the Black gay guys, because I think they think that we're in competition, except there's no competition with my womb. I haven't had children yet, but my grandmother had kids into her 40s, and my mother was pregnant at 39, even though she didn't carry the baby into life. She felt she was too old, and my mom had a lot of problems. But she battled with drugs, she battled with a lot of mental issues, and mostly self-esteem issues. She actually wasn't really crazy. She was actually down on herself, and so she did drugs and just wanted to party all the time. But let me be honest, she was the love of my life. I love that woman. I looked up to her, like, literally, like she was 5'9", 5'10". I remember always being at her feet looking up at this woman. And even to the last day, like, that I saw her, I was looking up to her. She gave me the biggest bear hug. My mom was a brick house. Brenda, you know? So I just feel like I want us to just start, I want us to just uplift each other's image more. Stop getting bogged down with these low life old men on YouTube who don't nobody give a damn about. Trust me, nobody gives a damn about them. In real life, I mean, I know other older men. Like, trust me, I'm a person who's had an older man thing before, but my older men are just a different breed. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, if I'm gonna deal with an older man, he is in some millions, multi-million. Otherwise, I gotta deal with someone who's younger, because I truly believe that I might leave this earth and I need you to take care of these kids. I'm not in the healthiest state. And so, to be honest with you, what if I don't last? So I go for younger men, but I'm really looking forward to wishing King a happy birthday at the end of the month. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to send him anything or give him any gifts or anything. I just want to kind of like wake him up with a sexy FaceTime. Like, it would be nice, like, if I were in Miami, to like have some lingerie on and just, or maybe the lingerie is too thirsty, but whatever. Maybe I'll just have like a sexy robe on and just hit him with the good morning, happy birthday, nice makeup and cute morning look and fresh and dewy. So I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing his reaction, to see like, if he really does think I'm a queen. Because if he does, he'll react well. I know last year I kind of terrorized him, and I wonder like how he'll really feel about me. But I do know that I got a good reception from his best friend the other day when I hit him with the Happy New Year, and he hit back immediately. So that means that there's no bad blood, and people really do love and care about me. So there may still be potential there. I think that he would make a good pop, and I think that he fits in good with my plan. And he could fuck what he wants on the side. I don't care because I'm gonna fuck what I want. So I mean, really, I just see baby daddy in him, and like husband as well. Like he would be a great partner in life. But sexually, I don't know if I'll have to like break him in because he's gonna be turning 25, and I feel like 25 is super young. And like unless you grew up a certain kind of way, like can you really smash? Like I don't know. I don't know. Like certain men from certain communities, they seem like they can't smash. So at that age. So I just or ever, quite frankly. So I just hope he can smash because that's gonna be a deciding factor as to how serious I take him. Like you could be cute all day, good father material all day, but if we can't get it, it's not happening. So I don't know what's gonna take place after I wish him a happy birthday. I'm just gonna throw it up in the air and see if it returns to me as glitter. All right, I love you all. All right, peace. Black beauty out.